I'm going to show you how to roast this delicious duck, and we've recently launched this in selected Dunn stores, and it's from Thornhill. So Thornhill is in Blacklion. It's literally a mile from where I live here and do the videos, and we've been using their duck for over 30 years. It's an absolutely fabulous duck. It's a cross between a Peking and an Aylesbury duck, and it's so consistent, so delicious. So I'm just going to show you the technique in a moment, just how to simply roast it, keep all the flavour in. It's moist, it's tender, it's delicious. But first of all, I'm going to show you to make a sauce, and this is one of my favourites that we serve in the restaurant, but also we serve in the cookery school with Thornhill duck, and it's a honey and clove sauce. Now you can put ginger into it, so I'm going to heat my pan. I'm going to pick my little skillet pan because it's nice and wide, and it's what we call a reduction sauce. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is we're going to use balsamic vinegar. So this is a really nice vinegar we're going to use. We're going to use some orange blossom honey, and then this really nice soya and ginger. So they're the three starting ingredients, with a little bit of beef gravy, which I'll talk to you in a moment. So that's it there. Oh yeah, but in case I forget to mention it, before you roast any kind of meat, whether it's beef or lamb or chicken, particularly duck, bring it to room temperature. So this has been out for about 25 minutes. So you relax the meat, okay? So, okay, let's get on with our sauce. We're gonna put in, this is a 3-year-old balsamic. So roughly about 2 tablespoons of the balsamic is gonna go in here. The pan should be hot, so you're gonna hear a little bit of sizzling. And don't have your head over the pan, or you're going to be, it's going to be a little bit too strong for you. So that goes in there, and then we'll use our soya and ginger. So let's just put this in here now, a spoonful of this. So I love these kind of lovely, kind of like sweet and sour flavors with the duck. It works so well. And this sauce that I'm showing you will keep, and you can make it ahead, it'll keep for easily over a week in your fridge. Okay, some honey. So honey will bring out the sweetness, and don't panic if you add too much honey when you taste it and you think, oh, it's a wee bit too sweet, add more vinegar. So you really have to taste this. I like it sweet, but I also like it sour. So that's really, really important. Now, so that goes in, that's from Leave and Honey. They're a producer down in Kilkenny. Lovely, lovely people. We use their honey in the restaurant. Now, brown sugar. So a spoonful of that. And then some tomato ketchup. So we're going to put in 2 spoonfuls of that. You're probably thinking tomato ketchup. Not sure about that. Honestly, it works really, really well. So cloves. I love cloves, the flavour, but if you keep them in the sauce, in other words, I'm going to strain them, and you bite into the cloves, it's all you're going to taste. So roughly about 3 or 4 cloves goes in there. And actually a bit more, probably about 6 or 7. And we're going to let this reduce. So I'm going to whisk this, and I'm just going to show you now. So this is what we call a reduction. So you're kind of cooking all this down. This works so well with the duck. That lovely kind of like sweet and sour is just beautiful. I think it works beautiful with that, with the duck. Now, we're going to put in this gravy, and this is the Simply Better gravy. This is made from a company called Spice of Life. They're based in Dunmanway. So it's Irish-made beef gravy. Okay, or you can use beef stock. There's a lovely lady that we use her products, and this is from Carol's Beef Stock. So she's working with the Simply Better team. I'm going to be bringing out a range of stocks under the Simply Better collection, which we're really excited about. So I'm going to put in the full tub of this, and then I'm going to show you a little tip. I'm going to get the same amount of water just over here. You can use the poultry gravy if you want to. So this is kind of loosen up the sauce a little bit, and also make it go further. Now, okay, give this a whisk. And then we're just going to let this reduce. Now we will add salt and pepper at the very end. This needs to come to the boil. So let's just recap. We put in our vinegar, so that's the balsamic vinegar. I think it works really well for this. The tomato puree, the tomato ketchup, and then that really nice orange blossom honey. And this here, the soya and ginger. So you're getting a lot of interesting flavours. You could put in some lovely fresh thyme into it if you wanted to. It's a sauce that keeps well. I always have some of this in the fridge, and it works well with pork, so it does, but particularly with the beautiful Thornhill duck. I think it's a match made in heaven. Okay, let that cook away, put with salt and pepper in it, and then it's more or less done, and we need to strain it. So I have a jug here, which we'll strain in a minute. Okay, so the star of the show is this duck here. We've been so excited and working on this project, and my thanks to the Simply Better team and Brian McDermott, because this is a very exciting project for small producers. And Sarah and Ken Moffat, they're just literally a mile up the road from where we are based here in Blacklion. And all I'm going to do, everyone, we're just going to literally put in some orange. I should have said a little bit of lemon and orange and some fresh thyme. So bring it to room temperature, and I'm actually going to roast it in the tray. That's the whole idea behind these firm trays, that they can go perfectly into the oven. So the cooking instructions are actually on the packaging for the duck, and it tells you the whole story of Thornhill, so it does. And the oven is preheated at 180, but I already have one done. So and I'll tell you about how long it will take to cook. Okay, so we're just going to open this here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in some orange and some lemon. I'll just actually cut the lemon down a little bit. So you can use one or the other. I'm using both. So literally just get your hands in there. Squeeze all that in there, and then lots of this lovely fresh thyme. Okay, so fresh thyme works really, really good. So you're going to get lots of lovely flavour. Now, there's one tip I want to share with you. So when my mother used to roast this, she slow roasted it for at least maybe 3.5 hours. This, the one that I have, I'm going to show you now, took about 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20 minutes at 180. And if it's browning too fast, because every oven is different and it's the fan oven, what you do, everyone, is you literally turn down the heat, or you can cover it with tin foil. Now normally I don't cover it with tin foil, but what we do is put a little bit of water, not too much because we don't want it to overspill. We're going to just literally pour water onto the tray. So we'll just go in here, Mella, just nice and close. Just a little bit of water there, just on the tray, roughly about 100 mils. Now that creates a steam effect and gives you the most succulent, delicious duck. Now what I like to do, this is just a personal thing, I'm just going to get some rapeseed oil, and we're going to drizzle this all over. And literally with my hand, we're going to smear this, just rub it all over. And then we're going to wash my hands after this, and then a little bit of salt. And that's it. So room temperature, a little bit of oil, a little bit of lemon and orange, just literally into the cavity of the actual duck. Now you can put garlic, you can put other flavours into it. If you like it spicy, you could rub it with different spices, harissa, Cajun, that kind of thing. So if we just have a little look at our sauce before this goes into the oven. So we're going to reduce this down. So this is exactly what we want here, is that we reduce it, and you're kind of like infusing that lovely kind of sauce, that beef gravy. Or you can use a beef stock cube, but I think they're a wonderful company, Spice of Life. They really are excellent. Okay, so just to recap, into the cavity we put some orange and lemon. Fresh thyme works really well. You could use rosemary. Rosemary I think goes better with lamb, but you could use it, there's no problem. A little bit of water, that's the key, and you roast it in the tray. So that's really, really important. Now, as it's cooking, everyone, what's going to happen? It's going to render out a little bit of that beautiful duck fat, which you're going to keep for your beautiful duck potato roasties, which are gorgeous, so they are. So now, I'm going to show you the duck that I've done. So I'll just play musical chairs here, bring this over. And we'll have a little look at this. Now, so this one here, everyone, I had in at 180. So how do you test when it is cooked? Okay. So just with a clean knife, just go in near the wing part here, and when the juices run clear, like that's totally clear there, or what my mother used to do is when you twist this here like that and it just moves, it's cooked, so it is. So it's cooked beautifully, so it is, and it's moist and it's delicious. There's really no need to baste this, and what basting means, everyone, is you spoon on those lovely juices that come out, and there is duck fat that comes out too over the actual duck. Now if you want to get it super crispy, you can do a few things. You can flash this underneath the grill, you can brush it with a little bit of honey if you want to, but sometimes I just leave it as it is. I just think with that sauce, and I'm going to show you some beautiful accompaniments that we're going to serve with this. So first one here is the Ballymckenna potatoes. So we'll just get a mellow zoom in there. So they're from County Louth. We do love our spuds in Ireland. This is potato gratin, and I'll show you the packaging for this in a moment. These are all the Simply Better collection. You're not going to be hungry after this. I'll just pop this into the oven. There we go. No need to cover it, no need to do anything like that. Just keep it really, really simple. So I'll strain my sauce in a minute. I just want to show you just the different products. First of all is those lovely potatoes. So this is them here. They're Irish garlic roasting potatoes from Ballymckenna farm. That's them there. So you have your little variety, a lovely bit of rapeseed oil, just mix it all together. They've been in for about 35-40 minutes. Next one here, these are from a company, actually Wonder Foods prepare all these accompaniments, and they're based in Blanchardstown in Dublin. So this is it here. All it is sliced potatoes. There's some cream in this, there's some ciabatta breadcrumbs and some of that lovely Drina cheddar, which you see me using lots and lots of recipes. And then the last thing, red cabbage. I really like red cabbage, and this one has some beautiful Irish beetroot in it. It also has some really, really nice, a little hint of cinnamon and spices and some cranberries. So it's a really lovely combination. That needs to go into the oven. So all these for about 35 to 40 minutes. So these are all the complements that work well. When you're doing that lovely red cabbage, when you pop it into the oven, make sure to stir it, because what happens here, guys, is that you want it to be lovely and coated. And if you find that it's kind of like crisping up a little bit too much on top, what you can do is just literally cover it with tin foil. So that's the cinnamon stick on top there. But red cabbage is a great, really, really lovely a complement with the duck. Okay, let's taste our sauce. We're going to put a little bit of salt, tiny little bit of pepper. So this can be made ahead. So for me, this is your whole meal solution. If you're having a Sunday lunch, or you want this, for a special occasion, honestly, this duck will tick all the boxes. So I'm just going to taste this. So when I'm tasting it, what I'm looking for is the sweetness and a little bit of sourness, but not too sweet. I think it needs a little bit more vinegar, because I like vinegar. So I can taste the cloves. They're no way overpowering. So literally a splash. That's quite a large splash. And then we're going to strain this. And that's the sauce. Like, that will keep for more than a week in your fridge, no problem at all. So I'll just show you how we do this. Just using the sieve. Okay. Oh, I've got to say, before you serve the duck, and I love to do kind of things family style, so all the lovely complements in bowls, which I'll show you in a moment. But for the lovely duck, everyone, let it rest. So cover that in tin foil and just let it just rest for about maybe 15-20 minutes. So it relaxes. You can be hungry and starving and all, but don't tuck into it straight away. So see the way it catches the cloves? That's perfect. This sauce, anyone I've given this sauce to taste has really, really enjoyed the sauce. And I'll just show it to you just in a white dish, just the consistency of this. So it's not too heavy, not too thick, and a lovely colour. And that's in that lovely soya and all that. The soya sauce and the balsamic. Now let's just serve up these complements, and what I'll do after I do the video, I'll just do a nice little kind of like photograph of the duck kind of taken off the bone. You can just carve it if you want to. I'll show you that. I want to let this rest. So our lovely Ballymckenna potatoes, just be really careful with them. So that's with the rapeseed oil. These are great producers. And they're so passionate about growing spuds, and we love our potatoes in Ireland. It's one thing we really do so well. So that's them there. Now you don't have to have two potatoes, by the way, I should have said that. Next thing is our lovely red cabbage. So you have those lovely spices and all that. And I call this kind of family serve, and when you place this obviously on a not in the roasting tin, if you put it onto a plate, a large plate, and then just literally carve it up and let people help themselves, it just makes life much easier. So that duck, again, just to recap, at 180, it took about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I didn't cover it, I didn't baste it, I just kept it very, 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 very simple. And if you find that it's browning too much, really you can just cover it with some a little bit of tin foil if you want to. So that red cabbage there. And you can see the cranberries in that. It's lovely and soft. And then the last thing is this potato gratin. This is really nice with the Drina cheddar. And I love the wee bit of crust. See the way when it cakes in the tin like that, in the little dish, should I say. Yeah, it's really good, this. Just very natural. Potatoes, cream, cheddar cheese, garlic. There's Irish garlic in this. And there we go. So just put this at the centre of the table. For me, the star of the show is that beautiful Thornhill duck. And it's a feast that all the family will enjoy. So you have your beautiful complements, you have a great combinations of flavours and textures, from our potatoes to the honey and clove sauce. But there we go, that lovely Thornhill duck. They're wonderful producers. We're very proud to use them and support them in Nean House. And I hope that you'll enjoy this beautiful, special, unique product. So happy cooking and enjoy this beautiful duck.